Welcome to Pastor's Chat. Well, we're looking at verses 8 through 11 here in the little book of Jude, as Jude pronounces judgment on the apostates. He says in verse 8, likewise also these dreamers, they defile the flesh, they reject authority, they speak evil of dignitaries. Yet Michael the archangel, contending with the devil, when he disputed with him about the body of Moses, dared not bring against him reviling accusations, but said, the Lord rebuke you. But these apostates, they speak evil of whatever they do and do not know, and whatever they know naturally, like brute beasts, in these things they corrupt, they defile themselves. Verse 11, woe to them, for they've gone in the way of Cain, they've run greedily in the error of Balaam for profit, and have perished in the rebellion of Korah. So the first thing we see about these apostates is they reject authority, and they act like brute beasts. Boy, what a commentary even on the apostates today and those who deny God in our schools, our government, and in our communities and in our culture today. In Hollywood, they have no accountability, no sense of the consequences of violating, breaking God's holy laws. And they will one day, as Scripture says here, stand in judgment. And even now they're experiencing the condemnation of the judgment of God on them, because he who does not believe, John says, is condemned already. Oh, thank God. If you're a believer, a follower of Jesus Christ, we need to every day be so thankful that we have been forgiven and we've been cleansed, and the judgment of God for our sin was placed on Jesus on the cross of Calvary, so that even right now we experience freedom and love and grace and mercy every day. We are in a right standing before a holy God, not because we're so good and have been perfect, but because Jesus came and died for us and took our place on the cross. So be grateful and thankful, and don't you condemn others, because God will take care of all that, and that's what this is about. And even Michael, when the archangel contended with Moses, with the devil about the body of Moses, he said, the Lord rebuke you. And so we have God to take care of things for us, and we know he always wins in the end, and that's who we trust today. Now, we want to look at this special judgment that he says, woe to them, woe to them. And then he brings this condemnation on the false teachers together here, and he gives three examples from the Old Testament to illustrate the enormity of their sin. And he gives the illustration of three men who rebelled against God's authority and who suffered for it. Now Cain, he mentions him first. Remember, Cain was the first boy born on planet Earth. Adam and Eve, and they had two sons, Cain and Abel, and Cain ends up killing his brother, murdering his brother. Now, we think it's bad now. The population of the earth was 4, and 1 out of the 4 was a murderer, so 25% of the world's population was evil. So we think it's bad now. It's always been bad since sin entered the human race. But what did Cain do? He rebelled against God's way of salvation. When Cain and Abel brought a sacrifice to the Lord, remember, Abel brought a lamb, killed it, and sacrificed it and shed blood. Cain brought the fruit of the ground, the work of his own hands. And God rejected his sacrifice, but accepted the sacrifice of Abel, and that's why Cain was all upset. Cain, the way of Cain is the way of religion, the way of good works, the way of doing what you think you can do to merit heaven. My friend, God's way is always the way of grace. Actually, there's only 2 religions in all the world today. Only 2 religions, just 2. There's a religion that says you get to the good side of this life by working and doing good deeds and living a decent life. That's works. It's a religion of works, no matter what you call it. You could be a Baptist and be trying to work your way to heaven. It doesn't matter. You could be a Hindu. You could be a Muslim. It doesn't matter what you are. You're trying to work your way to heaven. That's the religion of works. The other religion, or what I might call the true faith, is salvation by grace through Jesus Christ. You don't merit it. You can't work for it. It's a gift of God through Christ and Christ alone. My friend, the way of Cain is the way of trying to get to heaven on your good deeds. Don't go the way of Cain. God bless you. We'll be looking at the rest of these guys in the next few devotions, and I trust you'll be encouraged. God bless, and you have a wonderful, wonderful day.